Greetings, beautiful people. So this week we have our first test, the midterm, finally. And in case you're wondering what's on that midterm, you're going to see everything that you've been studying from the beginning of the semester until now. So what is psychology? Basically, chapter one. So that's how do psychologists ask and answer questions. So you definitely want to know about the independent and dependent variable, the difference between a formal experiment and correlational research, descriptive studies such as surveys and case study. So a little bit of that. You'll also see some questions about the modern perspectives or approaches to psychology, which was also in chapter one. So knowing the difference between the behaviorism and the psychodynamic approach, or humanistic approach and cognitive approach, evolutionary psychology, all that stuff. So a lot of this information you would have learned about when you read your course textbook, when you looked over the slideshows, when you participated in our discussions on the discussion board. So chapter one's definitely on there. You're also going to see some information from chapter two, which was the biological foundations of behavior. So now we're looking at neurons and neurotransmitters and the brain and how to study the brain. You'll see some questions from chapter three, which was developmental psychology. So Erikson's theory, Piaget's theory, lifespan development. And then you'll see a lot of questions from chapters 6 and 7. Chapter 6 was all about learning, and chapter 7 was all about memory. So classical conditioning and operant conditioning, observational learning, memory, the persistence of learning over time. So definitely make sure you have read chapter 6 and 7 because a lot of questions come from those two chapters. But the midterm basically has chapters 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. There are 50 questions and they're all multiple choice. The questions are forced choice. So basically, you have to pick the choice that is the best or most accurate answer. It may seem like at times that there are two questions that are similar and that you're really trying hard to choose from. Go ahead and pick the best choice. Okay, you can only pick one choice. So all questions are multiple choice. It's 50 questions. You have 75 minutes. So it's a pretty good amount of time. I would say before you take the test, make sure you make a cheat sheet. And by cheat sheet, I mean an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, so standard typing paper. You can handwrite your notes or you can type them up. It can be two-sided, so one page front and back or two one-sided pages. And you're allowed to use this cheat sheet when you take the test. Now, even though the test is proctored via HonorLock, I've put notes for the HonorLock reviewers that says students are allowed to have this cheat sheet. So make sure you create a cheat sheet and use it when you take the test. I just published a test not that long ago and it stays open until next week. So you're going to want to check the dates so you can mark that in your calendar and decide when you're going to take it. But you definitely want to get it done by next Tuesday. That would be preferable. I think I left it open a couple of extra days because I posted it today instead of yesterday. Friday morning instead of Thursday afternoon. So I think I gave you 1 to 2 extra days. But technically, you want to get it done by Tuesday. If you're running late or you need an extra day or two, look at the close date. And as long as you get it in by the close date, you'll be good to go. Now, you can earn a total of 100 points on this test. So that's quite a big chunk out of our 600 points for the class. So I really encourage you to, you know, review the chapters, make sure you make your cheat sheet and and take the test. Now, in the event that you miss the test for any reason, so technical difficulties or you just don't feel like you're prepared, or if something happens and you're flagged, like you're taking the test and someone comes in and Honorlock flags you and that kind of flusters or throws you off, it's okay. I give a makeup at the very end of the semester and you can take the makeup and it will sub in for the missed test or the very low score on this test. The makeup has the same information, different questions, but the same content. So just to reiterate, test one is now live. It is proctored via HonorLock, which is a Google Chrome extension. No, you can't opt out of using HonorLock. This was listed as a class that uses HonorLock in the notes when you signed up for the class. It's also mentioned in the course syllabus, and pretty much it's not up for discussion. But I think most students, once you get used to HonorLock, it's not so bad. Like I said, I do the makeup in case there are technical problems. So, or, in case someone was sick or something like that. But that test is now available. The other thing I want to mention is that I made an extra credit assignment for you. And the extra credit is kind of getting you ready for the next set of topics that we're going to talk about. So, personality, social psych, and thinking, language, and intelligence. So, the extra credit is a crossword puzzle, and you simply pull up the PDF. If you want to print it out, you can, but you're not turning in anything that's printed out. You're not scanning anything. You're literally going to type one, the clue, and then the answer. Two, the clue and the answer. Three, the clue and the answer. So you type in the space available in the text box if you want to do it that way, or you can make a Word document and just literally type up, the answers and then upload the Word document. So the crossword puzzle is optional. It's bonus points, but just say you made an 80 on the midterm and you did the extra credit. Well, that's like getting a 90 because it's worth 10 whole points. So I really encourage people to do the extra credit. Now, if you have questions, comments, compliments, or concerns, please feel free to, reach out to me. I'm available Monday through Thursday via email at simsa@cf.edu, and you can always post to the questions thread. The questions thread is there for you. It's like raising your hand in class. And when you post to the questions thread, everybody in the class can see it. So if I am not available to answer the question because you're posting on the weekend, one of your fellow class members could answer it. But if you post to the questions thread, I do check the questions thread usually Monday through Friday, just to make sure there's no hiccups, and I go back in and respond. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say. I stopped making videos because I noticed there weren't a lot of people watching the videos, but I felt like I should make a video for this because the test is worth 100 points. Um, okay, that's it. Have a good weekend.